decided to open my own cafe in Malaysia. And it was all well and dandy until the COVID hit, right? And I think the COVID affected all of us all around the world. And that's when I realized I had to start something new, right? And I'm so glad that I'm part of the Enagic family. And I'm so glad that there is a new technology and there is a new movement happening in the Enagic family around the world. And for those in this Zoom call, if you are unaware or unfamiliar, you guys are in for a treat, right? Now, before I start my Zoom call, I have two rules. Number one, if you have a functioning camera, do turn it on because it will give me a lot of energy and I can see you guys and you guys can participate while giving me indications of thumbs up and everything. And second thing, participation is key, right? So I'll be asking a few questions, and if you guys have an answer, do just reply to me so that I acknowledge that you guys are attentive and listening as well. Thank you so much for those who have already turned on the camera. Now, again, there is no obligation, but I always believe that if you're present, you want to be present 100%. Right, guys? All right, without further ado, let's get started on today's presentation. Let me just quickly open up the presentation slides. Oops, let me do it one more time. Okay, let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the emGuarde, Enagic's latest patent technology that is going global very, very soon. I know there are some countries that do not have it yet, but it is coming very, very soon. And there is already so much hunger for this product around the world. People are actually flying into countries that already have it in the offices in those particular countries to purchase it ASAP. And ladies and gentlemen, in this presentation, I'm going to explain why and give more clarity in why you need an emGuarde in your house immediately. Also, not only that, why you and your friends and your family also need an emGuarde immediately, right? So why? You see, 30 years ago, which by the way is my age, I'm 30 this year. 30 years ago, I grew up pretty much spending a lot of my time outdoors, right? If I wasn't in school, if I wasn't at home eating, I would spend a lot of my time outdoors playing football, climbing trees, and playing with all my friends in the playground. Now, something has changed, something has shifted because when I, at my age, 30 years old, when I go to playgrounds and parks, it is empty. And you know why? Because a lot of people today, a lot of children are glued to their technology. iPads, computers, iPhones, whatsoever. Now, not only for entertainment, guys, also for education. You know, the preschool, primary school, what you call it, that I used to attend, we had hard copy textbooks. They don't have it anymore. Everything is online. The school tells parents that they need that the children needs an iPad for them to be able to access these study materials online so that they can learn it and they can print it out themselves or even bring the iPad to their schools. And that is absolutely insane, right? Back then, we had papers, we had textbooks and everything. So education, entertainment, what else? Social networking, right? Everything is already all on our phones or tablets and whatnot have you, right? And with this growth, with this immense growth of technology usage, there has been a new type of pollution, right? We are very used to water, air, and noise pollution because we see it, we smell it, and we feel it. Now, these are things that most of us, we also don't care about, even though we see it. Am I right, guys? When we see dirty water, we're like, thank God I'm not drinking from there. But we don't really do much about it. But the thing is, at this moment of time, there's actually a pollution that is becoming a bigger threat to every single one of us because we are adding more and more technology, advancements in technology into our homes. And that is something called the EMF radiation pollution. An interesting thing about this pollution is that we don't see it, we don't feel it, and we don't hear it. It does not affect any of our senses. And that's a very scary thing, because I know as humans, if we don't see it, we don't feel it, we don't hear it, we don't fear it. Am I right, guys? But be aware that it's ever so present all around us. Where does it come from? Technically, everything that uses electricity to operate, whether maybe battery operated, whether you plug it into your main power socket into your home, as long as they are being operated electrically, they will produce this electromagnetic noise radiation. All right, guys, now let's dive deep a little bit on how these electromagnetic disturbance or noise radiation affects us human bodies. All right. Now, this is a press release by World Health Organization in 31st of May 2011. Now, let's read very carefully together. They classify radio frequencies electromagnetic fields as possibly carcinogenic to humans. And the carcinogenic group that they are categorizing this is under group 2B. Now, give a quick Google if you want to, carcinogenic group 2B. You will find that cigarettes is also in that group. Now, me as a layman, I'm no scientist, I'm no engineer, but when I see this, I can only picture in my head, being in a room full of EMF radiation is like smoking, or being in a room full of secondhand smoke. Now, if you guys think this is crazy, type 3 in the chat for me, because I think it's absolutely crazy. And us human beings, right? Like I say, if we smell it, if we see it, we fear it. Am I right, guys? How many of us, when we see someone smoking, do we go close to the person smoking and go and smell it? No, we don't do that, because we know it is bad for our health, right? Now, I'm not gonna say much about that, but I'm just saying, you know, this EMF radiation thing, because it is invincible, we don't fear it, we don't see it, and it doesn't really affect us, but we need to be aware, right? Now, this is a little bit more in-depth into how does this radiation really affect our bodies. Now, this doctor here, her name is Dr. Magda Havas. She's a Canadian doctor who spent a very long time researching about something called electromagnetic smog, right? She wants to know how the use of these electronic devices affects us human beings. Now, she basically related EMF to red blood cells. If you look here, she says in a clean EMR environment, a healthy red blood cell will look something like this, where you see the cells are separated, they have space in between each other. And if you look at live, you will see that the red blood cells are actually flowing very, very fast. Now, in my head, if my red blood cells are flowing fast, I can only assume that my body is getting enough oxygen into the body, right? Because oxygen travels through the red blood cells. Now, when she said, if you expose your body to high amounts of EMR radiation, let's say 10 minutes on a phone or 70 minutes on a computer, what happens to the red blood cells is that they start to stagnate. They start to group together. And she calls this the Rulux formation. If you look at this, it doesn't look very free-flowing. It doesn't look like very spacious. I can only assume in my head that my body is not getting enough oxygen. And this is so true because Magda Havas, she continued to research and she found out that because of this Rulux formation, there is poor circulation in the body, there's low oxygen transport, reduced waste removal, headaches, fatigues, difficulty concentrating, numbness, tingling, and cold extremities. Now, I just want to talk about headaches and fatigues because we have a lot of friends, all of us, we have a lot of friends who are working in offices nowadays. All right, guys, they're working corporate, they're working in offices, they spend 9 to 5 in the offices in front of the computers. Now, how many of you have heard your friends complaining about headaches, migraines, fatigue, or perhaps you are currently facing that right now, right? Now, be ever so sure that all of these problems are related to the body not getting enough oxygen, right? Now, this is an actual live blood test that me and my team in Malaysia has done, right? You see here, I can literally introduce you to this gentleman and he can give his own testimony to you. Now, if you see here, the first test was after 20 minutes of mobile phone usage before the emGuarde was turned on. And if you look here, the results are exactly the same as Dr. Magda Harris. Rulox formation is happening. Now over here, 20 minutes of usage on the phone again with the emGuarde turned on, and you see the differences. Now quickly in the chat for me, do you want your blood to look on the left or on the right? Type in the chat for me. L on the left or R for the right? Type for me. Which one you want? I definitely want on the right. I want my blood to be free flowing. I want my blood to have enough oxygen so that my body is fully oxygenated and I'm not in a who here is aware of the Kangen demo? Have you heard of this something called hypoxia? Right, hypoxia is when your body has low oxygen levels, right? So guys, this is serious stuff because it can actually affect your body and the way you perform every single day, right? Now, this is another researcher. His name is Liu Wenjie. He is from Taiwan, and he is from Hongming Ophthalmology. Basically, he's an ophthalmologist. He's a researcher. And what he does, for those who do not know the term ophthalmology, he studies the eye, the human eye. Now, he ran a test. This test, he was measuring peak systolic velocity of the microcirculation in the eyeball or outside of the eyeball, right? Now, in the first stage, it was 10 people of different ages, both male and female, and those 10 people were in one room. Now, in this room, in this first stage, they had no phones with them. Probably only had air conditioning, only had a fan and a light bulb. That's all they had. Now, in the first stage, he measured the average PSV as 20.1 plus minus 9.83, right? So when I think about blood flow again, the higher the number is always better, right? Now let's take a look at the second stage. After 30 minutes of mobile phone usage, did it go up or did it go down? It went down by 20%. It dropped 20%. You're saying that the phone usage actually reduced the microcirculation in the eyes? How about your fingers when you're holding it? Am I right, guys? Now, the third stage, with an emGuarde installed, using the phone again with all the air conditioning, lightings and everything, take a look. 25.9 plus minus 11.49. Not only is it better than the second stage, it is also better than the first stage. How is that? You have to remember, EMF radiation doesn't only come from your phone. It also comes from everything that is electrical all around you, right? So this is a test. You can even Google him. His name is Dr. Liu Wenjie, and you can find his research and everything all online, yeah? Now, ladies and gentlemen, we need a solution. We do, because this invincible threat is ever so real. Let me introduce to you a solution that emGuarde has introduced to the world. It is called the emGuarde.
Your home is your sanctuary, a place of comfort, wellness, and security for your family. Today, we're using more digital and electronic devices. While they bring convenience and enjoyment, these devices also emit electromagnetic energies constantly during use. Invisible to our eyes, these electromagnetic energies affect the environment around us. As a result, we're exposed to these types of energies day in, day out. Introducing emGuarde, a patented technology by Enagic. When turned on, emGuarde harmonizes targeted electromagnetic noise radiation within 1 gigahertz, creating a defense zone of 8 meters. emGuarde harmonizes the environment around you, making it safe for you and your loved ones. Simply place it wherever it's needed and plug it into a dedicated USB port, whether you're on the go, at work, or in the comfort of your home. emGuarde is designed to integrate seamlessly in any situation. you can now enjoy the benefits of technology without worrying about any potential risks. Protect your family's health and well-being. Contact your enagic distributor today. emGuarde. Change your environment, change your life.
Fantastic. If any of you are interested in having that high definition video of the emGuarde, you can go on YouTube, you can Google "Your Home is Your Sanctuary," and you'll be able to find this video in high definition. All right. You can use it as a marketing tool for you to grow your enagic emGuarde business. Now, guys, emGuarde. What is emGuarde? What is this amazing little stylish looking black box? All right. Now, this emGuarde here, the technology is a patented technology. Now, so one of a kind, it doesn't exist anywhere else in the world. Now, I'm aware in the market, a lot of people are claiming that they have technologies to also remove or to eliminate EMF radiation. Now, my team has bought a lot of these other products in the market. It doesn't work, right? This is the only proven product so far with actual scientific reports to back it up. Now, the function of an emGuarde is harmonizing targeted high frequencies electromagnetic noise radiation up to 1 gigahertz. For reference, 1 gigahertz is 1000 megahertz. Right? The coverage range of an emGuarde is up to 4 meters, guys. So that's good news. You don't need to be having your emGuarde next to you all the time. You can leave it somewhere central in your home. It will cover up to a 4-meter radius or 8 meters in diameter. For those people who are wondering what it is in feet, it's about 12 to 13 feet, about 26 feet in diameter, right? So 13 feet in radius and 26 feet in diameter. So the coverage is very, very far. And that's a very good thing, right? And fun fact, it will come with a very special USB-C cable. So please use this particular cable for your emGuarde only, right? So it's particularly designed for the emGuarde. Now, guys, let's dive into a bit more sciencey stuff about why the emGuarde was created. Why is it covering up to 1000 megahertz? Well, according to the FCC, according to the new FCC exposure limits, by the way, if you don't know who the FCC is, it's the Federal Communications Commission, and they're based in the States, right? They basically examine all of these electronic devices to see whether, actually your phones and everything, to see whether they're actually safe for human usage, right? Now, according to the new FCC's exposure limits, the human body absorbs RF energy more effectively at certain frequencies with the strictest regulation applied in the range of 30 megahertz to 300 megahertz. So if the emGuarde is covering up to 1000 megahertz, it means that based off the FCC's report, the emGuarde is protecting you from according to the FCC's report, right? And the reason for the 30 to 300 megahertz is because the FCC further explained that certain body organs are actually functioning at certain frequencies. The brain is 72 to 90, normal brain frequency is about 72, human body is 62 to 78. Now, I want you guys to kind of remember these numbers. Just remember 72. I think 72 is a very good number to remember. Just remember 72 because you'll be seeing this number in other reports coming up in the moment. All right, but stay tuned for that. Now, why is frequency dangerous, right? Why is all these frequencies dangerous? Because some people will say, Egbert, I'm not on my phone all the time. My phone is not in my hands all the time. Well, guys, there is something called the resonance theory. The resonance theory talks about frequencies of the same frequency can actually interact with each other through space and time without being physically attached to each other. Right? So let's take a look at a very quick video on the right side explaining the resonance theory. Very simple science experiment, right, guys? You probably brings you back all the way to your college days or your high school days when you used to play that in science class. But there's a reason for that. It's because resonance theory speaks about your phone emitting these radiations at these particular frequencies that are actually in the same range as our human organs. All right. Now, very quickly, let's take a look at this particular video. Because some people will be like, oh, Egbert, okay, you say that these frequencies are in our environment. How do you know? How do I know? That's where we use third-party software, third-party gadgets, third-party detectors available on the market for you to be able to prove and show how the emGuarde works. All right. So to introduce this device, it's called the SDR, Software Defined Radio. You can kind of get this device on, I'm assuming you can get it on Amazon or even on Shopee, or if you're on Alibaba for the Asian side. What this is basically you attach a dongle to an Android phone, and you can download the SDR app on the Android phone, and you have an antenna, right? So all of these things must be in play. Let's take a look at David and how he uses the SDR.
So I want you guys to see. Just zoom in on the phone, Ben. You can just take a look at this. I don't know if you guys can hear it. So the software is connected to a dongle that connects to an antenna. And the antenna is receiving the interference around this room. It's unbelievable. Take a look at the chart. It is crazy. Absolutely crazy. We have not seen this anywhere else. Okay? So now what we want to find out is, if we have the emGuarde, what can it do to us and what can it do for us? So it's not connected. Now, I'm going to put next to the SDR software. I'm going to turn it on in 3, 2, 1. Look at the wave spectrum. It's gone down. I'm going to unplug the emGuarde.
Talk about this suppression.
All right. Take a look at the suppression, guys. Here, take a look at the suppression. Boom. With the emGuarde turned on.
There we go. Very simple device called the SDR. Now, this one requires you to have a phone and the app and the dongle. Now, let me show you another detector available on the market. Now, if you're living in Asia side, it's very easy for you to order this through from China. If you're from Europe or from the US, I'm not too sure how you guys will get hold of this. But for those living in Europe, the team that's actually going to around the world to actually launch this emGuarde with Enagic, they will be bringing some of these Bajaj SDR devices along. Perhaps you can get your hands on one when they do arrive, right? It's very inexpensive. You're looking about roughly maybe $100 US for this device, right? Now, if you look here, guys, you see the Bajaj SDR device. Now, I want you guys to remember 72, right? Remember the number 72, because you will see this on the device when David is showing his presentation. Let's take a look at that.
Today, I'm going to introduce to you another SDR device, and I think this device is a far more superior device to do the emGuarde installation as compared to the radiation detector 9300, because we found out that the Bajaj SDR device is not affected by static discharge or static interference. Therefore, this device can effectively detect the suppression harmonics coming from the emGuarde 4 meters away from this device. Now, I'd like to invite my colleague to bring the emGuarde 4 meters away from this SDR device, and I want you to see currently the SDR software is detecting the noise radiation coming from the background and is about -71 dB in average. And I want you to look at the waterfall spectrum, it's green in color. Now, when I turn on the emGuarde 4 meters away from my SDR device, you can clearly see that there is a suppression going on, and now the average scale is at -91. And this is about 31 to 32 times suppression as compared to the original one, and the waterfall spectrum has turned from green to a clear blue. Okay, let me do another contrast. Let's turn off the emGuarde. As you can see, the software is capturing the background noise radiation coming from the antenna. And as soon as I turn on the emGuarde 4 meters away from my device, the suppression registered by this budget SDR software. All right, and this is a very good tool for you to do the emGuarde installation. Thank you.
Alright guys, so that's the SDR device. Now I know some of you have the RD9300. That is also another detector that is also available for you to show the emGuarde. But the reason why we are focusing on using the budget now is because the RD9300 is affected by static electricity. What creates static electricity is basically like you walking on a carpet. It will produce static electricity and it will affect the RD9300. Now with this budget, no, it will not affect. It's just very clear-cut frequency capturing in the environment. All right, so that's the budget. Now let's do a very quick illustration to get everybody super clear on what emGuarde is truly doing in your home. All right, so this is your home. You have all your appliances, your computers, your electricity. Now we also have a DB box, a distribution box or electric box. Now, oops. So right now, the first thing is something called power lines, right? So some people tend to mistake power lines as radiation. Now, power lines are just power lines. They need to be present to operate and to turn on your gadgets, right? Now, the second thing is called signal transmission energy or radiation. Some people also mistake this as EMF radiation noise. Now, it's very different. Signal transmission needs to be present because they have the frequencies are actually carrying the information on your phone to the routers and Wi-Fi's and everything. Now, all these are very important for you to be connected to the internet. Now, the third type of energy is actually the noise energy. And if you read very carefully in the description, it is a byproduct from the first energy and the second energy. So we're talking about byproducts. To put it in very simple terms, when you have a car, you need to pump petrol into your car. Think of that as your black energy, the electromagnetic field, the power line. All right. Now, when you run your car, what comes out the exhaust? Carbon monoxide is the byproduct of you running your car. So think of this electromagnetic noise radiation as the byproduct of these two energies as well. So when the emGuarde is in your house, what it does, it sends out a signal to actually block or suppress all of these noise radiation. All right, it doesn't eliminate it, it doesn't destroy it. It is ever so present still. It's just suppressing it to the point that it's unable to interact with our human body. All right. Now, there's another description for those who are wondering. Let's say someone asks you, how do you describe the function of the emGuarde? Very simply put, the emGuarde utilizes harmonics frequency to effectively suppress targeted electromagnetic noise radiation between 3 megahertz to 1000 megahertz within a 4-meter radius. So this is the official description of the emGuarde because I want to get this right. I've heard a lot of funny descriptions of the emGuarde. Some people say it can remove, it can clear. I've even heard one description, it can even remove nuclear radiation, right? A bit far-fetched, I get it. But these are the things people say sometimes when they do not have clarity, right? So now we know it is basically using harmonics frequency to effectively suppress. That is the right term, suppress, right? Now, if you guys are still with me, if you guys have gotten massive value and clarity from my presentation so far, please give me an EM in the chat so that I understand that you guys are following me through this chat. That is a very good question, Jenny. Okay, 5G is in the range of 3.3 to 4.2 gigahertz. It helps reduce effect, not eliminate it. Now, the emGuarde only suppresses up to 1 gigahertz. Now, I don't really have the graph to show you here, but the human body is really affected from frequencies between 30 to 300 megahertz. There is this study somewhere in the graph. Now, later on, I will show you a poster for an intensive training That intensive training will explain a little bit more about this. But just to let you know, all of these 4G, 3G, and 5G, even your phone call is about 1.7 or 1.3 gigahertz. All of these frequencies, somehow our human body just has a natural defense against it. Right? This is biology for us. So when people say 5G affects us in terms of radiation, not really. Yes, it does, but not as much as the lower ones between 30 to 300 megahertz. Those are the ones that are more and a little bit more serious in terms of how it affects us. I hope that answers your question. Yeah. So now, guys, let's take a look very quickly. This is new data. This is new information. Because if you look here, it was done on the 10th of July 2024, and it was only released to me 2 weeks ago. All right. So this is we basically send the emGuarde to a science facility, a government science facility in Malaysia, called the University Science of Malaysia. They are third party. And we sent the emGuarde to test for the effective range of RF white noise suppression, right? We tested more than a few different frequencies, 35, 37, 71, 73, 107, 109, right? So this is the report. Now, I know there's a lot of information here, but let's digest this one at a time. The results, if you look up here on the screen, it says the emGuarde successfully performed as required at distances of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 meters. So that's good news for us because Enagic loves to do this. They love to under-promise, over-deliver. They said 4 meters. Now we know it's 6 meters. All right. Now the second one, which is I think very, very important, the emGuarde effectively suppresses unwanted electromagnetic noise waves between 35 megahertz to 37 megahertz, 71 to 73 megahertz. Remember, guys, I told you to remember 72, and 109 to 100, sorry, 107 to 109. Now, guys, these are just certain frequencies that we are testing, right? The science facility can't do all of the range because, of course, it does require time as well as resources, right? So we have basically slowly expanded our testing. And if you look here, right, suppression of electromagnetic noise between 35 megahertz to 37 megahertz. If you look over here in the middle of the graph, percentage of suppression. If you look carefully here, all of the percentage of suppression is above 97%. It's pretty much 99% actually. So this report is telling us that all of these unwanted electromagnetic noise waves are being 99 point something% suppressed within 1 meter all the way to 6 meters. So this is new information. This gives me a lot. It gives me a lot of confidence. It gives me a lot of confidence knowing that the emGuarde is really suppressing all of these frequencies. Right? These are some photos of how the testing was done in a residential area, working office, as well as a laboratory. And the conclusion of the report was, yes, the emGuarde is suppressing all of these frequencies within a 6 meter coverage. Right? In the future, we will have more of these reports when the company in the office in Malaysia sends more resources for the science facility to do their research and everything. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is your emGuarde. This is the solution for every single one of us to protect our families and our homes from the harms of EMF radiation. The slogan of this product is change your environment and change your life, right? What is your investment in a technology like this that can protect your family 24/7? It is $1,480 US. Personally, I think it's too cheap, in my personal opinion. Think about it. The value that it gives protecting your family for the next how many years to come from all of your family members using your phones and everything, and the amount of radiation they're getting from or whatever electric sources around the house, knowing that you can sleep better every single night. Yes, I do say that because if you ask any of the people who have been using the emGuarde for a period of time now, all of them will say they sleep much, much better. For me personally as well. Now, I travel a lot. When I first got my first emGuarde, I had to leave it at home with my family, and I had to travel with an emGuarde. I will stay in hotels, I will stay in certain places, and my, oh my, the differences in sleep between my hotel and in my home, huge, right? And I'll further explain this because it's part of the story. I don't want to bore you too long with the story, but when I had to make one trip and I had to remove the emGuarde from my house, my grandmother who was staying with me, she scolded me. And she's 90 years old, by the way. She's like, where did that black box go? And I asked her why. She said, I cannot sleep. The very night after I removed the emGuarde. So I said, are you sure? And she said, yes. Please bring back the box. And I said, I can't. I'm overseas. I'll be back in 5 days. She said, nah, you're getting me one. You're getting a new one now. So I was like, okay, I'll just buy a new one for her. Right? Put it in the house. She had no complaints. I came back to the house and I asked her personally, grandmother, were you very, very serious about what you told me when I was overseas? She said, yes. And honestly, guys, why would she lie to me? She's 90 years old, right? And this, for me, is enough evidence that the emGuarde truly works. Now, I want to ask everybody in the chat, perhaps, if you are somebody who has yet to decide on getting or investing in your emGuarde, my question to you is this. What if this technology, at the very most, just improves your sleep every single night? Would this not just be worth it? From today onward, it just improves your sleep. Would this not be worth it for the price? Because I think it is. It's absolutely amazing. All right. Now, there are some questions. Okay, Jenny, good question, because this is in the second section, in the business side as well. Right. Yes, the emGuarde does equate to an account, but it's a bit different. It's not a full Kangen account, which I'll explain a little bit in the business side of things. Right, before I jump into the business, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say this. Yes, you invested in emGuarde, but it comes with an opportunity for free. This opportunity is the emGuarde company. They are looking for partners globally to market this amazing technology. And they want you to market it with them. And it's super simple to get involved. Just buy an emGuarde. No hidden fees, no extra costs, and you can start an international business. Interested? Then pay attention to this second section of the presentation, because perhaps this could be the business that you were looking for and the business that could potentially lead you to financial stability. All right. So what is this business that I'm talking about? I'm talking about the emGuarde business. Or just put it short, the emGuarde business. So let's dive in about who the company is. Who is emGuarde? emGuarde is a 50-year-old Japanese company. And last few months ago, about 3 to 4 months ago, we celebrated our 50th anniversary in Okinawa. Now, for those who were fortunate enough to fly to Okinawa to attend the event, you guys felt the energy, right? Guys, almost 7,000 distributors around the world flew into Okinawa for the few days. And I am quite close to certain managers. They told me that hotels in Okinawa could not accommodate. The influx of people coming in was too much. You have to understand, guys, Okinawa is a small country. Sorry, a small city. The total population of Okinawa is only about 140,000 people. Right? So 8,000 people extra came into the island. Right? So that's crazy. Now, emGuarde's headquarters is based in Okinawa. And emGuarde are the manufacturers of the amazing Kangen water machines, right? It's the best water in the world, no doubt about it. And it's been selling like hotcakes for the past 30 plus years, right? emGuarde is also a company with 43 offices in 26 countries. So you're not dealing with a small company, we're dealing with a very big multinational company, right? So company is 50 years old, licensed as a medical device manufacturer with an ISO 13485. It is endorsed by many different doctors. This is the Kangen water machine, by the way. It's endorsed by many different doctors and many institutes around the world. Some books were even written about the Kangen water, saying that if you have cancer, you need to be drinking the Kangen water machine. Crazy, right? The Kangen water machines were actually first used in Japanese hospitals in 1974. Later, they were domesticated into small little machines that you can put into your house in 1994. 5 years warranty based on the SD501 and K8, which are the two best selling models in the world. Once in a lifetime purchase. This is very important because Kangen water machines are not buy and throw away machines. They last a long time. My personal machine is 10 years old. I've been using it ever since. It's been amazing. It has not given me a single issue. All right. But you need to take care of it. You need to service them and everything. And lastly, emGuarde is a global company, 43 offices in 26 countries. Very, very impressive. Now, let's get into the business. What is the emGuarde business? The emGuarde business is a business with no monthly qualifications. No inventory and stocks needed. No annual renewal fees. The emGuarde business is based off accumulative group sales, meaning they count and they keep track of your entire track record of how many sales you have made. And based on that, you actually get more income per sale after. Amazing, right? Basically, the company is saying, you have done well, we will give you more. Super, super amazing. It is a global business. You can do this anywhere around the world. And its marketing plan is patented. One of a kind. It doesn't exist anywhere in the world. And this is not lastly, but very importantly, and this is something that a lot of emGuarde distributors are aiming for. It is legacy income inherited. Meaning, you will come a point in this business where you will build passive income for the rest of your life and the company will take care of you. Sound good? Gets even better than that. If anything, touch wood, were to happen to you, the money that you get every single month from this company will go to your family, your wife, your husband, or even your kids. Amazing? No questions asked. And lastly, untapped market, especially with the emGuarde technology. Again, guys, one-of-a-kind technology doesn't exist anywhere else. Just go and ask your neighbor, hey, have you heard of emGuarde? What is that? Have you heard of EMR radiation suppression? Huh? Think about it. Nobody around you knows what this is or what the problem is. But once you make the problem aware to them, they're like, oh, yeah. Using my phone is actually quite bad. I need to limit myself. Untapped market. Now, the types of commission in emGuarde, bountiful, plenty, too many for me to explain here. But in my short time, I want to explain to you the biggest commission that you will encounter when you join the emGuarde business, which is the 8A or 8 points commission. It is super amazing. It is super massive. So do pay attention because you're gonna get some massive clarity right here. All right. Now, emGuarde functions from a direct selling point. Very simply, all you need to do to join this business is purchase as a customer. Just buy a product. Just buy an emGuarde. And when you have bought your emGuarde, the company will come and say, hey, there's actually a distribution opportunity available for free. You want to take part of it? You want to do it? Let's say you say yes. And you start marketing this to your friends and family. You will get direct sales commission. But just like yourself, you are offered an opportunity. The customers that you bring in, they are also offered the same opportunity. And when they sell to their friends and their customers and whatnot have you will get indirect sales commission. So the company is super generous, guys. Direct sales commission and indirect sales commission. And they calculate and they keep track of all your group sales together. And remember what I said, based off your group sales, you actually get more over time. Right? Interested in knowing? Pay attention. Now, the 8A or 8 points commission is a very simple structure. Let's take the emGuarde, which has a global price of 1,480 US dollars. Out of this 1,480 US dollars, the company has already allocated a preset budget of 520 per sale for us, the distributors. This 520 is split into 8 parts, or 8 A's as we call it in the company. So 1A is 65. Very simple. 520 is the budget for commissions, divided into 8. Every part is 65. Super, super clear, right? Now, how much you get paid? This is what I'm talking about. The total group sales, right? You have, and then you get paid more after that. This is the part. So in the company, they keep track of all your sales. But of course, when you first start, you have no track record, right? So in our company, we'll call you as a 0A distributor. But the moment you make your first direct sale, you become a 1A distributor. And on your first direct sale, you make 65 US dollars. And on your second direct sale, you are still a 1A distributor and you make 65 US dollars. The moment you make your third direct sale, however, you up rank to a 2A and you earn 130 US dollars per emGuarde. Guys, your income doubles so fast. Wow, amazing, fantastic. As a distributor, I feel very rewarded by seeing these numbers come into my bank account, right? And what's after 2A? Naturally 3A, right? But 3A has a little requirement. 3A, you need to get 10 cumulative emGuarde group sales. Just 10. Group sales is what? Your direct sales plus your indirect sales. After achieving this 10, your next direct sale, the 11th sale, your next one, you will get to become a 3A distributor and you will earn 195 US dollars per emGuarde. 4A, 20 cumulative emGuarde group sales. Your next direct sale, you become a 4A, 260 US dollars per emGuarde, guys. I don't know about you, but in Malaysia, 260 US dollars for one product I sell. If I can sell 10 of these a month, that's 2,600 US dollars into my bank account for my efforts. I think it's super rewarding. So the sky is the limit. It's all based on how hungry you are and how much work you're willing to put down for you to get the results, right? Seems very, very fair. How much work you put in is how much results you will get. But of course, you need to do the right work. You can't just be doing everything and nothing working out, right? You need to find the right path for you. So guys, again, 10 cumulative to 20 cumulative, this just means 10 more. And then 5A, 50 cumulative emGuarde group sales, and you come a 5A, you get 325 US dollars per emGuarde. And lastly, 6A, 200 cumulative emGuarde group sales, and your next direct sale, you become a 6A distributor and you earn 390 US dollars. Convinced already? Because I am. And not only this, guys, you're not limited to the emGuarde product only. Although I'm talking emGuarde here, but you're also allowed to market and sell the other products like the Kangen water machine, the Yukon, as well as the Spa. Right? So you're not limited to only the emGuarde. And yes, with for those who are more familiar with the system, if you do sell a Kangen water machine, you don't need to have 200 cumulative emGuarde group sales. The number actually goes down, right? So for those who are more familiar, you do know that you need to achieve 300,000 US dollar sale value for you to become your 6A distributor rank. All right. So good news for us. Because when I look at this, I see this as a shortcut to 4A, to 5A. Let me ask you a question. Easier to sell 50 emGuardes or 50 Kangen machines? I think emGuarde. Am I right, guys? Lower entry costs, it's just easier to market. And guys, the demo, super easy. Just have a detector, show what's happening, explain a little bit more, be truthful, of course, show facts. And it's just much more easier to convince, right? So now I've been talking about direct sales commission. Let's talk about indirect sales commission. Because in this company, you get two types of commission, all right? How do you get indirect sales commission? Basically, let's put ourselves here at a moment of time, and everything in green is your commission. And these are your sales for the next 1 year. Let's say you introduce your first sale to Tom. You are a 1A distributor and you make 65 US dollars. Now, when you make your second direct sale to Alex, you are still a 1A distributor and you make 65 US dollars. Now, let me test you guys a little bit. What happens when you make your third direct sale to Rose? How much do you make for this sale? Type in the chat for me if you know the answer. Courtney is absolutely right. You get 130 US dollars. Why? Because it is your third direct sale. You uprank to a 2A. Now, what happens? So you're already a 2A. What happens now when Tom sells an emGuarde to Grace? How much do you get from the sale to Grace? If you know the answer, type in the chat for me. Or if you think your answer is right, just type in the chat for me anyway, right? We're all here to learn. Sherry says 65. She's absolutely right. Now, the sale to Grace is 65. And so as other sales that's under Tom's organization, we call this in our company called the 1A overriding lane. Every sale underneath Tom and Alex, you are getting 65 US dollar per sale. But this rule also applies if, let's say, your active distributor is a 2A distributor or 2A line, sorry. And let's say Kim, every time Kim sells an emGuarde, you get 130 US dollars. You guys see the potential now? And guys, if you haven't already realized, we have already made 10 group sales. So your next direct sale, you become a 3A and you sell the emGuarde to May, which is 195 US dollars for you. And you're right. Every time May sells an emGuarde in your team, you get 195 US dollars. What if she sells 10? That is almost 2,000 US dollars for you into your bank account for your own discretion how you want to use it. If I were you, I would take the money and I'll invest back into the team, right? Because in this business, if you didn't realize already, your team's success is your success. And it's super, super clear, right? So let's say Kim's a super active distributor. You want to help her. You want to help her grow her business. And yes, you get rewarded as well because every single sale underneath Kim, you get 130 US dollars. Now, where does the commission stop? There must be a limit to this commission. All right, guys? Because in a reputable and a proper direct selling company, there is no such thing as infinite amounts of commission to infinite amounts of levels. If you hear that, I mean, it sounds great. I would like it. I love the idea of it. But you need to ask the question, where does the money come from? How am I getting paid? Where's the money come from? How is this money appearing out of thin air? All right, so in Enagic, we are proper, we do this transparently, so there needs to be a limit, right? So let's take a look at the limit here. Let's say John, right? Now, I'm going to test you guys very quickly. John sells his first machine to Don. How much does John make? When 65, right? Or in our company, we call it 1 point or 1A. So when John sells his first machine to Don, he makes 1 point. Now, the next person that gets paid is Bob. How much does Bob receive from this sale to Don? Type in the chat for me. You can type it as point or you can type it as commission value. Lawrence is absolutely right. It's 130 US dollars, which is 2 points. Right? So Bob gets 2 points. Same thing with Ani, am I right? Because Bob is also under Ani's third direct sale. So also 2 points. Him also 2 points. So if company only has 8 points of commission to pay out, and they have already paid 1, 3, 5, 7 points, there's only 1 point left, which goes to you. So instead of 130, you receive 65 points. The same thing applies for John's second direct sale. It's also 65. Now, when John makes his third direct sale, however, now he makes 2 points. Bob makes 2 points. Ani 2 points, Kim 2 points. 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 already paid out. 8 minus 8 leaves you with 0. From this sale onward, it is called a non-8A sale, and a non-8A sale do not count as a group sale. Clear on that, guys? So that is the limit for eMagic. It's only 8 points from top to bottom. Sorry, from bottom to top, because you always pay the person that made the sale first. Now, if you are on top and you fall out of the 8 points, unfortunate for you, you do not receive the commissions or as well as the group sale count, which doesn't progress you in your rank up. But guys, do not worry about this because it's only from John to Dan. The thing is, you need to ask the question, can Ani continue selling? Yes. Can Bob continue selling? 100%. And the most important thing is that you can continue to grow your group sale count and you can continue to up rank and introduce more people into this business. Let's say Tony, you have 20 group sales. He's your 4A overriding lane. Every single sale Tony makes under your team, 260 US dollars for you. What if he makes 10 sales a month? 50 group sales, 5A overriding lane. Simon, every sale he makes 3,250, 325 US dollar per sale. If he makes 10 group sales for you a month, there's 3,250 into your bank account. I will be so incentivized and I will be so encouraged to support my team members even more because of the benefits financially that eMagic has provided me. Right. And lastly, 6A distributor. So 6A overriding lane, you become a 6A distributor. You find Sam, and every time Sam sells an emGuarde, it's 390 US dollars. Fantastic. I think it's absolutely amazing. All right. So this is the 8 points commission, guys, but this is definitely not the end. Right? There's so much more to eMagic. Like I said, there's so many different types of commissions. There's so many different types of bonuses. And 6A is not even the end. There's more ranks above 6A. Right? Now, before I get to all the ranks above 6A, let's clarify some nitty-gritty details first. So at the moment, there's actually 2 accounts happening. It's something that Jenny brought up, right? So I view the Kangen account as a full account, right? And if you are a Kangen account, meaning that you have joined the eMagic family buying a level up machine and a spa or Ukon, right? You bought one of these products to join the business. Now, for you, you enjoy a benefit. Instead of 65 US dollars per A, now it is 85 US dollars per A. Amazing? Absolutely amazing. All right. Now, the second account is called the emGuarde account. It's a distributor who has joined the eMagic business by purchasing the emGuarde product only. These distributors have yet to purchase any of the Kangen water machine and a spa or Ukon. Now, you enjoy 65 US dollar per A. But for those emGuarde accounts, do not worry. The moment you buy any of eMagic's other products, your emGuarde account will become a full Kangen account and you will enjoy the missing 29% commissions on every next emGuarde sale. Sound good? And by the way, guys, if you join emGuarde account, you sell a Kangen product to your customer, you get full Kangen commissions. It is not reduced. So again, I see this as a shortcut to 5A. And I hope you guys are seeing this. Again, 50 emGuarde sales easier or 50 Kangen water machines easier? I personally think that emGuarde is much easier. All right. And lastly, guys, sorry, not lastly, a few more slides after this, but this is pretty much the career path of an Enagic distributor. 6A is definitely not the end for you. 6A, I see it as graduating kindergarten. Right. So I recently graduated kindergarten, guys, in the Enagic family, right? But as a 6A, you get a 3,000 US dollar one-time bonus. If you are selling complete Kangen water machines, is 101 group sales. If you're only selling emGuardes, it's 200 plus. But again, guys, you can mix match, right? You can sell some emGuarde, you can sell some Kangen water machines, and this will definitely bring down the value, right? Now, the next step after 6A is 6A2. Now, for you to achieve your 6A2 rank, you need to help two members on two separate lines, whether direct or indirect, in your team become 6As. And when you have done this, you become a 6A2 distributor and you get 6,000 US dollar one-time bonus. Oops, sorry. Now, 6A2-2 is basically those two 6A distributors becoming 6A2. And you become -2, you get 12,000 US dollar one-time bonus. Now, here's the fun rank, guys. Here's the rank that everybody wants to achieve. My personal good friend in upline just achieved this rank last few months ago, and I'm super happy for him because he's been chasing it so very hard, right? It is called the 6A2-3, and it's highlighted in gold because this is where the legacy income starts to kick in. 25, sorry, by the way, how do you achieve -3? Basically, your 6A2 distributors underneath you, they become -2. So you see the trend here, right? It's basically the same pattern. Now, when they become -2, you become -3. First, company pays you 25,000 US dollar one-time bonus and 5,000 US dollar every single month, plus other incentive calculations minus performance requirements. Guys, 5,000 US dollars every single month. It's amazing. If you want to become a 6A2-3 rank, type -3 in the chat for me, right? Because you deserve it. Every single one of us deserve it. But it all comes down to the work that you are willing to put down to achieve that rank. All right. Then there's also -4, which is 10,000 a month. -5, there's 15,000 US dollars a month. -6, 20,000 US dollars a month. And guys, it's not even the end. There's also a -7 in the world, which is 25,000 US dollars a month. At the moment of time, there's only 3 people in the world with a -7 rank, right? They're all in America and they're all Filipino. So is this giving you some clues? Who wants to go to Philippines to build the market? Right? There's some clues right there, right? Okay, so this is the career path. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm coming to the end of my presentation, but I feel that I need to kind of promote this event a little bit, right? Now, this event is called the Essential Enagic Workshop. By the way, it's happening in Malaysia on the October of 19th and the October of 20th. So it's a 2-day event. Do come a few days earlier. You can kind of explore Malaysia. If you haven't been to Malaysia yet, it's an amazing place. We have very lovely people. It's very easy to get around because everyone speaks English. And it is a very affordable country. And the food, guys, it is amazing, right? The best food in the world, in my personal opinion. My personal opinion, okay? So this event is called the EEW. Now, this event is actually the brainchild of a very successful distributor from Malaysia. This distributor, he made Malaysia, about 12, 13 years ago he started, and he made Malaysia one of the best performing countries for sales in the world. But he didn't stop there. He later on moved to India. And last year, in 2023, India is the best performing sales country in the world with almost 7,000 units a month. So crazy, right? But he didn't stop there. He opened Malaysia, he opened India, he went to Dubai. He opened Dubai office. He also opened Dubai, Turkey. He also opened Dubai, Nigeria. Now, for a distributor like this, do you think if you spent a few days with him, you would get massive clarity about the business and what is required of you to be successful in this business? Absolutely, right? But the thing is, guys, you don't have to spend days and days with him. Just spend 2 days. Because this essential eMagic workshop is everything, all he knows, all his strategy compressed into 1 day. Interested to find out? Come and attend, come to Malaysia. You can scan the QR code on the bottom. You can buy your tickets and you can come for the event. All right. By the way, this event is absolutely amazing and crazy. We changed venue twice. If you see here, the venue is to be confirmed because we changed the venue twice. The first venue can only fit 250 people. The second venue could only fit 500 people. And we had to change. This third venue that we're looking at, we are looking at about 1,000 people. And for my knowledge, over 75% of the tickets have already been sold. Just to state a few, 130 distributors from India are coming, about 50 distributors from Cambodia, 20 distributors from Thailand. I'm not too sure how many distributors from Turkey, but I know some are coming as well. A few distributors from Nigeria are also coming. Guys, I don't even have to tell you from Singapore and all Indonesia and our neighboring countries because I know a lot of people will be there. 750. It's crazy, right? So guys, do come for the event. And again, on the October 20th is the emGuarde Summit. This is a very important event for you to understand and to see the true massive value that emGuarde really brings to all of us. All right. Now, this is the second thing that I want to promote. It is happening tomorrow. It is happening tomorrow. It's 3 p.m. Malaysia time, GMT +8. All right. So I don't know what is it in your time, but it's happening at 3 p.m. Malaysian time. This is an emGuarde intensive training. It is a lot of scientific facts. There's a lot of nitty-gritty details that I cannot explain because I'm no engineer. But thank God we have David, right? He's a very scientific guy. All right, so it's also the SDR detection introduction. Right, so for some of you who are already wanting to get the Bajaj SDR device, this could be a great chance for you to learn how to use it. So I don't have the link, but guys, quickly just screenshot the meeting number as well as the meeting password over here. Quickly screenshot. I'm going to give you about 10 seconds. Take your phone, screenshot real quick. And I do hope to see you guys tomorrow on the Zoom at 3 p.m. because this is going to be a lot of information that will be very valuable for every single one of us. All right. Now, 5 more seconds before I change to the next slide. Okay, perfect. All right, so there we go, guys. This is the emGuarde. Change your environment, change your life. Now, if you're interested in getting your emGuarde immediately, talk to the person that invited you to this call. Speak to him. How can you get involved? How can you get your emGuarde? Do you have to ship it from somewhere? All of these things can be answered. All right. And if you're interested in the business, talk to the person. Ask him to tell you more information so you can make a more clearer decision for yourself. Guys, and I want to close with this, is basically eMagic 2.0. Because I see the emGuarde, and this is for all the existing Kangen distributors, I see the emGuarde as a complete different company. I don't see it as a new product in eMagic. I see it as a whole complete company. Why? Imagine this. What if you knew about Kangen water before it was launched globally 20 years ago? Some food for thought. Think about it, whether emGuarde is worth your time or not. You saw the numbers, you saw the value that it brings. For me and for a lot of people, it's a yes. Right? So if you guys see the value as well, I urge you, get involved. Don't be slow, because a lot of people will be doing it, and who knows? Someone might sell it to your friend. Someone might sell it to your family. Even worse, someone made your friend and family a distributor. Crazy, right? Crazy thought. All right, guys, so this is where I am. These are some QR codes for you to join our Telegram group, which is on your complete left with the green highlighted background. You can scan that QR code. It will lead you into our official emGuarde Telegram group, where we update you with latest information, the latest meetings like this one, as well as all the intensive trainings and events that's happening around the world. By the way, this particular Zoom call, if you see value, if you have gotten massive clarity from me, right, and you want to use this platform to grow your business, it is happening every Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, right? There's also another presenter. His name is Hemant Kumar. So it's between me and him for now. Both of us, and Hemant Kumar is an amazing presenter. He is miles ahead of me. He's more experienced, and he speaks with a lot of clarity, and he makes it very fun, right? So I'm also imitating him. But my friend Kumar here, you want to hear from him. So, but on Friday and Saturday, it'll be me again, right? And if you want to expand your business, invite people for this Zoom call as soon as possible. Don't wait, and start your business immediately, right? The middle QR code is the website for emGuarde, and the last one on the right is the library, where you get all your materials like this presentation slides, the videos, and whatnot have you. All right, that's all.